You'll get to a point where you're so tired of your own shit that that's when you'll change. That's what someone told me when I was on a retreat. And I was just telling them that I'm just like fed up with how I've been treating myself and operating and the things that I've been doing. And she goes, you'll know. And right now, you're not actually fed up because you'll be so disappointed. You'll be so disappointed in your behavior that you'll realize, oh my God, I need a change. I've become completely fed up with myself, honestly. I'm just being honest. I have not liked the way that I have been carrying myself and how I've been treating myself. And it seems like I have these like realizations every few years where I'm like, actually though, the life you're living it's going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. Red flag. And as I turned 28 a few months ago, I realized like, oh my God, I'm almost gonna be 30. And I know that like that doesn't really mean much. Like it's just another age. But for me, it's like, have I learned anything while I was in my 20s? Am I still operating like I'm 21? You know, like it just all hit me at once. I recently got out of a relationship or a situation. I'm really not sure what it was. It was very intense and passionate, but it was also like anxiety fueled and a lot of miscommunication. I have so much love for them. To this very moment, I will never not like wish them well. I just feel like the night that I had like the worst anxiety, it wasn't much anxiety, it was more intuition, and it just told me that I had to block them. And I felt bad, but it was like at the same time, what I didn't want to do was keep bringing those intense emotions that were not, it was like always hitting a brick wall. I don't want to bring that in my 30s. I don't want to continue that for years and years, knowing that it wasn't really going anywhere that we both wanted it to go. I also found out as I'm starting to like, as I was dating, I don't even think I was ready to date. To keep it like, to be honest, people don't realize like how long it takes to heal from a narcissist and an abuser. For me, I thought, okay, I'll take 2 years off, I'll be fine. I took those years off, started dating again, and instead of being like the attachy, crazy, like, oh my God, why aren't you texting me self, I became very cold-hearted. My heart I just stopped caring. I was doing things to the point of just like, when confrontation happened, I would become a brick wall, or I would just leave. And that is not healing, okay? And I knew that because when I met this girl, it was like everything that I was doing that last year of just like avoidant energy and brick wall, it just like, she completely broke down my wall. And it's like she brought out these insecurities in myself that I didn't even realize were just waiting behind that wall. And it showed me that I'm not ready for a relationship. As much as I yearn for one, as much as I long for a relationship, I am not ready for one. I am just not at the point in my life where I can be committed to somebody. I can't. I think my journey is finding what it's like to be alone, because since I was 14, I was dating people. I was constantly in a relationship or talking to someone or flirting or not, I wasn't really building me. Okay? And then when I got out to Portland, because I lived in Minnesota, when I got out to Portland, I was like, yeah, this is all about me. And for the first year or so, I did that until I got into a relationship. And it became about them. And then after that is when I became, in my head, like, I had my whole face. Honestly. I did not really take a break to heal from him. I just immediately decided I wanted to find if there was better than what, he was. I think it's very important to take a break between relationships. Everyone should learn how to be alone. Truly. Like, everyone should learn what it feels like to be in solitude, but know they have community, but also know that you need time to recharge. I feel like for me, the one thing that I'm like learning so much is that like, you just can't allow someone to have that much power over you. To the point where you are, like, they are dictating your day based off how they text you. Okay? like if they text you good and text you fast all day, like you're having a great day, you know? But if they're stagnant with their texting, they haven't called you yet, now you're scatterbrained and you're anxious and you're not really focused on work because you're focusing on what are they doing and why aren't they replying or why aren't they, you know? So basically, I learned what the attachment styles were. And I realized, oh my God, like I am such an anxious attachment and I have to figure out the root of that. The person that I'm supposed to be with wouldn't have me in such an anxious, curious state all the time. I wouldn't have to wonder like, oh my God, do they like me? Or, oh my God, is this working? I feel like if there was some kind of security there, not even if there was some side, there were like, I left because I told myself that I don't want to keep trying and trying and trying when I know that it's not going anywhere. If every time we try and we end up having that outcome, why am I still trying? That is like the definition of insanity. Why am I still trying? My favorite phrase now is, oh, my wife would never do that. Nope, my wife would never do that. My wife would never treat me that way. Most times, when you are feeling bad about yourself and you think like life sucks and you know, everything is just horrible and like this, you have this negative view on yourself and life in general, you will attract that energy. Which means those kind of partners that you're bringing in your life may at first have this facade of like, oh, a breath of fresh air. But most times, they're probably on the same wavelength as you of being insecure or feeling some type of way. I was telling myself, I think I keep attracting those type of energies because that is the energy I'm displaying. So I'm attracting negative energy because I'm in a negative headspace and I've been for a while. And so I'm trying to remind myself, like, if you want better and you want to attract better, start with yourself. One thing I realized whenever I get into these deep depression moments and I just don't know what I'm going to do, the only person that picks me right back up out of it is myself. Because nobody knows you like you. Maybe you do have a best friend that knows you like the back of their hand, and if you do have that, I love that for you. But for most of us, you know how to pick yourself up out of that. You know what makes you feel happy. You know what your body needs. You know what your body's telling you. And if you don't, it's easy to decipher what it's saying to you. Like, I hope you don't forget your purpose and your why. And I hope that you don't forget that you have the tools to make yourself feel better. And sometimes all it takes is a little push to remind you that you are okay and that you got this.